Hello everyone, I am Jitendra Singh. I welcome you to read my story where I interview authors, speakers, coaches, celebrities, entrepreneurs and more. Today I have with me Miss Amandeep Sethi. She is a well-known name in parenting across India. She was born in the beautiful valley of Guwahati, Assam. She has graduated from Guwahati University and is also a DMIT professional, trained facilitator, corporate trainer, counselor. She has been crowned Mrs. Kanpur in 2014. She is the mascot of Urban Junior, an e-magazine of Kanpur, the Gravit international magazine. Her mission in life is to bridge the gap between parents and kids. She is a YouTuber and wants to reach as many parents and kids and make their life better. As a parenting coach and advisor, she has transformed the lives of thousands of kids. Her motive is to make society suicidal and depression free. Amandeep loves traveling and food, and her love for social service made her join Jaycees. She is a national trainer of Jaycees India and was the first norm coordinator Garima and gender equality. She is fond of writing, reading and exploring new places. She believes in updating herself by learning a new course every year and motivate others to follow the same. She has been invited as a guest of honor and keynote speaker at many state and national level events on parenting. She has conducted more than 1,000 training on parenting physically and in virtual mode. She has conducted training on child sexual abuse, parenting and addiction in many cities in India. Today she will be discussing with us about her life journey. So let us hear from her. Welcome Amandeep. The platform is open and now over to you.
Thank you, Jitendra ji, for such a warm introduction. And it's a privilege for me to be part of this mission which you have started, if I'll say, to reach to the people who sometimes are being recognized and some who are not being recognized. You make them being recognized through your talk.
And
so I really thank you.
More importantly, to make people inspire and being aware about various topics.
That inspiring others is really which is important. What we do is we always want that, yes, we all know that we are being inspired by one or the other people, but knowingly, unknowingly, we do inspire few.
Right.
Or maybe many. We do not know. In the due course of our life, we do understand whom we have inspired when we meet them physically or maybe over a call. And in today's time, social media does connect very easily.
True. A pleasure to have you here. So first thing I'd like to ask you is how did your past life has affected the person who you are and what you wanted to be in your life?
Past life has affected a lot because in the past life I wanted to do a lot of things which I couldn't do just because of some family problems or family pressures. But as the kids grew, I realized through the kids that yes, there is a mission which I need to do in my life is to reach to the kids and to the parents and be a ray of light in their lives. So that was the transformation in my life. I used to see or watch people on the stage which used to attract me, and I used to ask why not me, and that made all the difference. And I really feel blessed and I'm grateful to God for giving me ample of opportunities to where I am today.
So you always wanted to be a public speaker?
Yes, I did, but I do share it with always that I had never been on stage till I was in 12th standard.
Okay.
So many a time people say, no, we don't believe you, but it is the reality. I never stepped on the stage till I was in 12th standard. After 12th, when I was in my graduation, it was for the first time that I stepped on the stage, and then there is no looking back.
Wonderful. That is so wonderful. So if I talk about the things you are passionate about in your life, what are those things?
I'm passionate about writing, connecting to people, and the most important thing is reaching to people who require me. Sometimes out of blue. Last year only it happened. I had taught a child when she was in her 4th standard, merely 7 to 8 years back. She connected back. Her mother was connected to me through one of the social media, and she used to watch my activities. And one fine day I received a call from her that, ma'am, do you remember me? I was your student in 4th standard.
Okay.
Few kids are there who actually are a part of your life even if you are not connected to them. Right. I did connect to her, and she was in deep depression, who was ready to quit her 12th exams.
Okay.
But through regular counselings and making her realize the things in her life, she topped, she got 99.9%,
Wow,
and
that
now
is so
she is a
awesome.
student of DU pursuing psychology just because of the reason she says that, ma'am, I too want to do counseling so that I could reach to people as you have inspired me to relive my life. I want to make others relive their life.
Wonderful.
So we do not
That is
know out
really
of the blue whom we are connecting to.
Right.
Yes.
That is really inspirational, and this is what magic is all about, like inspiring others. And when you inspire someone and they reaches to the heights, that is the best feeling you can have.
Yes, it's the truth.
Great. So, how did you started your work? What all you did in your life throughout? How your journey as a trainer, coach, that started?
Sometimes things become means are just with a click of a button. I had been associated with Jaycees for a long time. I was
Right.
conducting a lot of trainings on child sexual abuse, on menstrual hygiene through Jaycees. In
Okay.
2019, I became the president of one of the loams of Jaycees. That very year, I graduated with the first ladder, which is over there in speechcraft, then a zone trainer.
Okay.
Because of COVID, I couldn't do in 2020. In 2021, I qualified as the national trainer, which is as equal as a corporate trainer. And when
Right.
I was norm coordinator Garima, I did a number of trainings. So it was all with a click of a button that I got the things which were just interconnected, and then I got my way out.
That is wonderful. And you are doing so great that you have done more than how many numbers? I think 1,000.
More than thousands of trainings.
Thousands of training you have already conducted. That is really a great achievement. That takes
Yes.
huge time.
Yes, I did devoted a lot of time. Maybe sometimes it was 4 to 5 trainings during COVID in a day.
Right.
And each and every training was different. I never used the same PPT ever in the same training, even if it was on the same topic. Because
Okay.
I always wanted to be different, and always different stories, different activities to be used. That is what we say now, winners do not do different things, they do things differently. That's all.
Right, and that is really a wonderful thing. So, if I talk about your vision, mission, and goal in your life for next 5 to 10 years from now, what those things should be?
My mission is, first of all, I have seen so many cases of depression.
Right.
Then they even sometimes are into the mode of suicide. I have lost a friend because sometimes it is not only depression because you are not able to succeed in life.
Correct.
It is even you are not healthy. You are suffering from one or the other medical ailment also.
Okay.
Sometimes people give up their life.
Correct.
So if somewhere or the other I'm able to connect to any such people and try to save their lives, that they do not do such actions like committing suicide. With students, it is just because they are not able to get success, they give up their lives.
Correct.
With people, with mature people also, sometimes they are not able to, they do such. But few, just because they are not hale and hearty, they are giving up their life, is even much more miserable.
Right.
So if I could connect to them, reach to them, that would be really important. And I just want that in another 5 years from now, if somebody just feels that they are lacking any of the skills of parenting, it's whenever they would think of parenting, they should think of Amandeep Sethi. That is what.
That is really wonderful. So, if I talk about the most important life lessons you have learned in your life, what are those?
The most important life lesson which I have learned is never give up. And there can be a fresh beginning any moment of your life. And be grateful to God, because law of gravitation does work. You say positive note and your life will be positive.
Right. This is
The
really
more negativity we talk about, our
Correct.
life turns to be negative. So
Whatever
don't
you
talk
face.
about negativity.
Right.
Talk
Whatever-
about the good thing God has given to you.
correct.
And it does work like wonders.
Correct. Whatever you give, you receive.
Yes, affirmations do work.
Right, definitely. So, like we are seeing these days, child in their teens, they're exploring things in through books, internet, through friends, which may lead to wrong findings or maybe to the wrong path. And these days, we are seeing the gap between parents and kids is really big in some of the cases. So, how parents can bridge this gap and be a guide, be a friend to their kids, and be able to make them understand like what things are happening in their life, how they are shaping up, how they are growing up, how things are moving around them, how parents can bridge this gap and make them understand in a way that they have the right relationship, and kids also do not explore things outside so that they have least chances of like following the wrong things.
Kids are going to follow the things which are, it is always like that, the forbidden fruit. Whatever we tell them not to do, they are going to do that thing. But as a mother of an adult child, I would say that I'm a mother, I'm blessed to be a mother of a teenager and an adult. So what I have noticed and what I follow and I advise all the parents is that the kids are going to have knowledge which would be half. Why it would be half? Because it is either from the internet or from the friends.
Correct.
The friends also are taking knowledge from such sources. So we as parents need to stoop down, speak to the kids about each and everything. Sometimes we feel hesitant. Should we talk about such things? But what I feel is that if we will not speak, who is going to tell them what is right or wrong? When they were small, we used to guide them. Okay, you don't tell lies, you don't steal. So that were life lessons. So even about anything in life, whether it is about their relationship status, whether it is about sex education, everything should be discussed by parents.
Correct.
Whether it is the mother or the father. You need to give that confidence to your child that yes, if you do something wrong also, come and discuss to us, because there is nobody going to rescue you other than us.
Correct.
So we parents need to understand that we are the one who have to come out of the shell that we are parents. Be parents whenever you need to take stern and strict decisions, but be friends to your kids, because they try to find friends, they confide in friends. That is really important, and it does happen, and it works like very beautifully. The relationship becomes beautiful. We parents, what happens is we say, no, I am a parent, so I cannot be wrong. I can be wrong many a times too. The kids, they help us to grow as individuals. They are helping us to upgrade ourselves. So whenever we tell them, yes, we are also learning from you. So now when we are telling you something, we are telling out of experience, and a younger's knowledge may be greater, but an elder's experience is greatest.
Correct.
We need to make them realize, and they do listen. We also need to be patient listeners too.
Correct. And this is the age when kids explore themselves, explore things around them, and also kind of new terminologies they learn: crush, likings, dislikings, attraction towards other sex. So these kind of things start to arise at this point in time. So it is really important for them to understand things in a better perspective and in a better way, so that they did not go into the wrong kind of a thing. Awareness should be there. Awareness should be there in a right way.
I would say in today's time, schools are also helping a lot.
Correct.
They are giving education to the kids. They are telling them what is right, what is wrong. And it is, but the thing is that sometimes when kids are going back home, they're discussing with parents, and they just, when we were small, if something obscene was being seen on the television, the channel was changed.
Correct.
But in today's time, the things have changed. So when kids are coming to us, they are telling us something, parents should listen to them and reply them. It's not that just give vague reply or do not lend your ear to their conversation.
Correct.
So otherwise, again, the gap is going to widen up.
Correct. And you see any other movie, like any alternate movie you see, the kind of obscene scenes are there. So you can't like stop your child to watch films or kind of watch these type of things. So better to discuss with them, better to bridge the gap, understand them, what they are exploring, what they are learning. Try to be engaged on a day in, day out basis.
At least 10 to 15 minutes. I was just reading an article today only that you should always have 30-60-30 ratio.
Okay.
So it was very beautiful. 30 minutes in the morning for yourself when you are away from social media.
Right.
60 minutes would be again during the day that you do not follow the social media, and 30 minutes before going to sleep should be without social media. When you are having dinner with your kids, that is the only meal if we all are having with our kids.
Correct.
Otherwise, they are into school, and lunch also they are having at school, or by the time they come, maximum of the parents are working parents in today's
Correct.
time.
Correct.
So when we are at least having dinners, our phones, I always tell it that the phone should be kept upside down so that none of us look at the phone, and it is a healthy discussion going on during the meal hours especially.
Right. Right.
We need to find out ways. There is no problem without a solution, no lock without a key. So the solution is really near us, it is before us. We need to just find it out and execute it.
Correct. Find ways to discuss, find ways to talk to your kids.
Yes.
That is the only key. So if we would be able to bridge this gap and get into a conversation with our teenage kids. So now we are on a stage that we hold good relationship with them. So would that really help them understand things in a better way, better perspective, and be more aware of the issues related to sex education and kind of likings, dislikings towards the other people, and also the things which we see on social media, films, and other platforms as well?
Yes, it is obviously helpful when parents are explaining, when a mother is explaining. Gone are the days when mothers were not very vocal even to their male child. Okay, they were telling things. Few years back, if a girl was telling or discussing about her crush to her mother, it was, how could you do this? Why it is like this? This is your age to study. Okay, it's really fine. But we do not know when our hormones are working or when our hormones actually are raised to that level. So we need to accept the things. The most important thing is acceptance. And the next important thing is explaining our sons also the same way, that yes, they need to be cautious enough. If they are dating a girl, they need to take care that nothing wrong happens to her. They need to take their security and take it as a they need to be responsible and liable so that nothing wrong happens. When we are explaining such things, nothing wrong will happen.
Correct. Education is equally important for both kids, whether a girl or whether a boy.
Yes, it is equally important, and it's not that only girls needed to be educated. The boys also need to be educated. They need to understand one thing, that if you do not want anything wrong being done to your sister, do not do it to anybody else's sister.
Correct. That is really important. You must understand the security around everything, whatever you do. And these days, what we see is social media is everywhere. So if you do anything, where any kind of a thing wrong, that goes on social media so fast.
They need to understand that the world is becoming, as we call that, it is becoming a global village. It is becoming smaller day by day.
Right.
That means everything is with the access of a button.
Correct.
So the access of the button should be to happiness and not to anybody's sorrow.
True. So coming back to you again, I already could judge this. I can understand this, but still asking you, are you an introvert or an extrovert kind of a person while facing your audience or meeting people? What are the pluses and minuses of the same?
I am a very extrovert person when I am facing the audience, because I realize that if somebody gets this much of courage to speak on any such topics in front of the audience, if they are asking me such questions, it does happen that during the trainings, during the sessions, few of the questions, when it is a live, many a times it does happen, and when it is a physical one, it has happened many a times that such questions are being asked that for a moment one feels that, what is this? Then you realize, no, you are a person in authority, and if they have asked you something, you need to give them an answer so that they are satisfied and they are getting the solution to what they are asking.
Right.
So in that way, I am very extrovert, and with the kids or during my counselings also, I am very extrovert. I do discuss the things, tell them the pros and cons of the situations too, which is really important. With few kids, I become more than their parents.
Wonderful. So sometimes I feel like since you are talking on such an issues, complicated issues, sometimes it may seems to be, and sometimes people may ask questions which may uncomfort you, or maybe kind of a situation where it is kind of difficult to answer those kind of questions. So on those situations, how you handle yourself?
I just tell myself that I am there for a mission which is to help the world. So if my answers could help anybody in the world, and I'm not for anybody's means to justify why she is speaking on such a bold topic. Somebody has to take the lead, and I am taking the lead. I just want to make the parents aware that yes, speak to your kids, be loud enough to your kids to speak on such topics that they are not misled.
Right.
This generation is being misled to a very, very great level.
Right, I agree with that, and we have seen so many cases happening around. Right. So, if I talk about support in your journey, who are the people supported you the most throughout?
My mother and my kids. My mom has been my support system. I'll tell that she is the backbone of mine, and my kids. They help me out like anything, and it is just because I used to help their friends that I realized that yes, there is something which I can give to the world. So I really thank my kids also because they have made me what I am today.
That is really wonderful. So, how you get your motivation and inspiration in your life?
I always used to look at few people, and still I look at few people. I am really inspired by Mother Teresa, and Sudha Murthy is one person whom I really look up to. The way she started, how confident she was when she started working, when there were no females working in that segment of Tata, to where she is today.
Correct.
She is a big name. I am really looking up to learning things. So maybe sometime in future I can become such that some people would read and say, yes, if Aman could reach there, why can't we?
Correct. That is really thing which most people have their aspiration to be, to follow these kind of people in their life and reach to the level they have reached. That is really wonderful. And on to the same note, I further would like to understand what is your take on success? What do you think how it looked like to you?
Success is not something which happens over a day. With few people, it can be just with a click of a button, or they are being born with a silver spoon that whatever they start with, success is there. But I always say if plan A fails, we have plan till Z. So never ever give up in life. There are the backup plans or something which comes to you automatically. It might lead you to success.
Right, correct.
So never give up. Many times what happens when people fail in one project, they say, okay, we are not going to start with something new. Don't give up like that.
Correct.
We have seen so many examples in our life. They started late. I say that maybe I started late, but I am going to create a mark for sure.
Right. And everybody.
And when my kids say so, it really makes me happy. Mom, you see such person, that person started at 37, 38, 40. So maybe you started late. It doesn't mean that you are not going to succeed.
Correct. And the journey of every person is different. So why to compare that?
No comparison.
Correct. So whatever you are doing, wherever you are starting, that is your own journey. Just enjoy it.
If I'm better than yesterday, that is success for me.
Correct. That is a wonderful thing to have in life. Be better always. So if I ask you any advice, message you would like to make to our audience, viewers and listeners, so what are the things you would like to share?
The most important thing which I would like to share is that kids are your responsibility. You need to understand that. Do not tell them that, okay, I'm doing this thing for you, I'm doing that. They never asked you to make them come to this life.
Correct.
It was our choice. So whatever wonderful you can give it to them, please do give it. Don't change yourself into materialistic things, that instead of yourself you are just giving them materialistic things. Don't substitute.
Correct.
Give yourself into the relationship, and kids will listen to you. They will do whatever you want them to do. And if sometimes they feel like giving up on something, let them. I would just cite example from my life. My son, he was pursuing his coachings and everything for Merchant Navy.
Okay.
He cleared out all his interviews, he cleared out his paper, and he had got good admission also to a very good college. And one fine morning he wakes up and he says that I don't want to go far, I don't want to pursue it.
Okay.
I don't know, maybe because I'm into parenting, I didn't scream, I didn't shout, I didn't do anything. I just said, do you have another plan what you want to do? He said, yes, I want to pursue engineering. I said, decide whichever you want to do, but listen to me that whatever you want to do, you need to complete it. And he chose his college and everything. So if your if your kids are saying, in school also I meet many of times parents, they are bringing their kids, okay, we want our child only to learn PCM or to be a PCM student or PCB student, because they feel that yes, careers are only meant for science students, not even
Right.
for commerce and humanity.
Correct.
Parents, there are n number of options in today's time. Let your child decide whatever he or she wants to be.
Correct.
Do not force it. It's really prideful to see kids when they say, "Ma'am, हमसे होता नहीं है," and parents are not listening to them. So
Right.
it's the most this is one advice which I want to tell it to parents. Please don't give your dreams or push your dreams on your kids. They have their own dreams. Let them realize that it is their life. Let them choose their career options, decide what is right. Then they will take the responsibility whatever happens in their life.
Correct.
Let's not spoon fed them all the time.
True. That is really awesome.
Yes,
Because
it should be there. Speak to your kids. Tell them about each and everything. There is nothing wrong. You need to come out and speak to them, and they will never ever do wrong. One thing which I would say, make your kids understand one thing and tell them very openly.
Correct.
If you ever, I know that you are not going to do anything wrong in life, but if you ever do something wrong, come to me, come to us, because we are going to save you. We are going to rescue. Do not hunt for other options. Give them solutions. Save them later. If you want to tell them anything, that can be, but
Correct.
make them that yes, we are their saviors.
Right. And if you push them, they possibly might choose what you ask them to do, but that will affect them on their core of the mind, and that will be affecting their performance, their thought processes, mindset. They will feel more anxiety, stress, tension. So instead, you tell them about the pros and cons, the possible outcomes, the programs, what they can have in after their schooling and all. So you can discuss with them and try to explain them everything, like what are the options available after this option they pick or the other option they pick. You can tell them the outcomes, you can tell them the career opportunities, what are available, but you try to understand them that what is best solution for them and make them choose what is right for them. And if they choose, they will be more happy, they will enjoy whatever they do. So that is what make them more happy, not only happy but perform better and get better results, and they would be loving their life more if they choose what they like.
Don't compare them.
Correct.
No comparison between the sun and the moon.
Definitely, because their journey is different.
Yes, they both shine at different times.
Right. That is really a wonderful information, insights, amazing things you have shared. And I really enjoyed our discussion and wanted to have more from you on the different topics altogether. But due to shortage of time, we are concluding here and looking forward to hear more from you, discuss more on different topics altogether. Thank you so much for your time, Amandeep. It was really amazing having you here.
Thank you for inviting me. It was wonderful to be part of today's session.
And I will also share your social media links so that people can be in touch with you, take your help, guidance wherever they feel like needing help. And
Sure.
guys, don't forget to check that out too. Thank you so very much everyone for watching and listening. I hope you all must have gathered a lot of information and enjoyed watching it. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Have a good time. Thank you and bye-bye.